So I've already recorded my review of Book Club The Next Chapter, and then after recording it, I learned something. So I wanted to share this very quickly. First of all, Ted Danson appears in the film, and honestly, I wouldn't have known if I hadn't read about this online. I read a random article that mentions that when they're at the vet, this is early on in the film, it's about 13 minutes in, 12, 13 minutes in, and somebody walks out of the vet carrying a dog, and then they walk off to the left side of the screen. And the article that I read said nobody has really identified it as Ted Danson because he has a beard. I don't necessarily agree with that, because I think he's very recognizable with a beard. It's just not a very clear image, at least not on my laptop screen on Netflix. But I went back and watched it, and yeah, when you know it's Ted Danson, you can tell it's Ted Danson. So I just wanted to share that very quickly. He's also, if you stick around for the end credits, there are some behind the scenes photos. He appears in a couple of those as well. So I just thought I'd share that, and now I will insert the review that I've already recorded. I loved the first Book Club film, so I decided to watch the second one, Book Club The Next Chapter. This was released in 2023. It's directed by Bill Holderman, written by Holderman and Erin Sims, and of course we have a fantastic cast, including Diane Keaton, Mary Steenburgen, Jane Fonda, and Candice Bergen, and it's completely different, actually. I was going to say it's similar to the first film, but only really in the sense that we have the same characters and there is an overarching book theme. The first film was, well, the narrative was kind of launched after they read 50 Shades of Grey. The film itself wasn't actually based on 50 Shades of Grey. And we have a kind of similar concept here where they're reading The Alchemist, and that provides a kind of overarching theme in some ways. And they decide to go to Italy, and this is to celebrate the upcoming wedding of Vivian. They decide to go for her bachelorette, and, well, they have a real adventure. And I will say it's not completely predictable, which is something that I liked. To be fair, had it been predictable, I don't think I would have minded too much. It's not the kind of film I'd be watching if I was in the mood for a narrative that was full of unexpected twists and turns. But it's still worth praising that there are some things in this that I certainly didn't expect to happen, and I found that to be really fun. The characters are fabulous. Absolutely love them. That was obviously the case with the first film, and it works very well here as well. Because we are in Italy, we have a change of location. We have some gorgeous, gorgeous scenery. And the story works really well. It's quite funny. I wouldn't say laugh out loud funny, but definitely quite lighthearted in places. And then there are moments where things get a little bit more emotional, but it never gets too heavy. And in general, I thought it was a really solid, really worthy sequel, and I had a lot of fun with it. And I don't know if there's ever going to be a third film. I haven't heard anything about that, but certainly if they do a third one, I would be very, very keen to watch it. I think that would be absolutely delightful. Needless to say, I thought Book Club 2 was really great and a fun narrative. It feels different to the first film, but still a very worthy sequel. Love the characters, great performances, no complaints here. If you liked the first film, I thoroughly recommend it. If you didn't really like the first film, then I'd say it's probably not worth watching. Yes, because we have a change of location, it feels a little different, but it still feels quite like the first film. So if you're not a fan of the first film, probably isn't worth it. But other than that, I thought it was an absolute delight, and I'm very happy to recommend it.